ACC basketball back, man.
Doubleheader here tonight. Women right now, men later on this evening. And like you mentioned, a great crowd.
Let's have some fun. And the Megan Duffy era is underway in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech wins the opening tip. Ekh lets it fly and knocks it down. Matilda Ekh led the ACC in three-point shooting efficiency last season. Picks up right where she left off.
Right on cue. Carly Wenzel with the nice pass. Ekh with the beautiful three-point shot. Hokies get a stop on their first defensive possession.
Tech looking to run. Here's Wenzel to the 10. Lays it up and in.
She's very versatile. Didn't have a lot of minutes last year, but had some big moments, especially like in the NCAA tournament first round against Marshall here at the Castle.
We know this team in Virginia Tech wants to get out and run. You're seeing it early. Let's see if UNCW can slow it down. Here's a three ball way off the mark. Rebounded by the one transfer for Tech, Lonnie White, transfer from Utah.
Both these teams want to get up and down. This ought to be fun.
There's Mishaw, offensive rebound. The putback is true. And we got a timeout right off the bat for Nicole Woods and the Seahawks.
Did the three returnees step up early for the Hokies?
We're going to break already in Blacksburg, 7-0, Virginia Tech. Well, a hot start for the Hokies here in Blacksburg. 7-0 Virginia Tech right off the rip.
Yeah, I don't think it's any coincidence that the three of the four returnees score the first three baskets for the Hokies. I guess Karis Baker is up next.
No doubt about that. Matilda Ekh sets this place ablaze with an opening three-pointer. Carly Wenzel complimented it. And then Rose Mishaw with a putback on the inside. A timeout for Nicole Woods, trying to maybe calm the tides a little bit.
Yeah, you know, a lot of new faces there, even though they had a little bit of production coming back. But, hey, tough atmosphere on the road against an NCAA tournament team. This is a daunting task, but I think both teams will settle into it. Both teams really want to play fast, get up and down the floor. UNCW with a little baseline out of bounds against Virginia Tech playing man-to-man.
Virginia Tech has made it to 4 straight NCAA tournaments, a 5th would mark the first time that happens in program history.
And the Hokies force another turnover. They're going to have to create some offense out of their defense. A block shot early and now a forced turnover. That's what Megan Duffy would love to see.
What are you looking for out of Virginia Tech offensively here when it comes to their sets, X's and O's wise?
They're going to do a lot of 4-round-1. They'll do some ball screen action, but mostly it'll be 4-round-1 with a lot of reads, how the defense is playing them.
There's Henderson downhill. She draws the foul and will head to the free throw line for the first time. Again, all CAA preseason selection on the second team.
Yeah, 26 last year for a career high against Coastal Carolina. Started every single game, very athletic. Like I said, might take on a little bit lesser role in terms of production just because she's got more help.
And rattles off the first one. And here's a look at Nicole Woods, second-year head coach out of Gastonia, North Carolina. Spent 10 seasons as an assistant at Charlotte.
Yeah, I had a great talk with Coach Woods today, and we'll get into some of that as the broadcast goes on.
Oh, an unbelievable talk. Here's Baker for three. Misses that one too strong. Offensive rebound, Mishaw again, and she gets it going.
Mishaw never really got her legs under her last year and played really hard, but didn't have a lot of production, but she's had a couple good looks already in this game.
Nice move, unable to get it to go that time was Jania Hall. Second effort, no good. And Karis Baker lets this one sail out of bounds. Hokie basketball.
Good offensive rebound. Isis Fitch with the wide open three.
Karis Baker shot 38% from downtown as a freshman last season, looking to kind of make that second step as a sophomore.
She's really changed. She has really matured physically, and I think you'll see a little bit more out of her. She was also just sort of a spot-up shooter, but she's much more active than she was a year ago.
Lonnie White, transfer from Utah. Cross court to Matilda Ekh, inside for Mishaw. Pivots, puts it up, off the glass and through.
Mishaw with a little size advantage right there, recognized it, took her time, and was very impressive. 6 early points for the transfer.
4 of them on second efforts. That time she did it on the first attempt. 3 ball on the other side for UNCW. Off the mark. That's Kate Hollifield. Her cousins, Dax and Jack, played football here at Virginia Tech. Matilda Ekh in transition, out to Wenzel. Wenzel looking to attack. Inside for Lonnie White, and 2 more for Tech.
Lonnie White moves without the ball, the Utah transfer. She's kind of a 3-level scorer herself, a long guard, not really a 1 or a 2, just kind of a combo guard.
Jania Hall looking to engineer the UNCW offense. Gets it off for Henderson. And an offensive foul is called.
Yeah, nice job defensively right there. Henderson got a little frustrated, pushed off that left arm, and that chicken wing out there.
Just a little bit. So Karis Baker to inbound for Virginia Tech. Megan Duffy looking to become 8-0 in season openers in her career. First year here in Blacksburg. 7 total seasons as a head coach. Matilda Ekh for 2 more. Ekh scored 16 in the exhibition against Limestone. Shot 6 of 10 from the floor. 50% at 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. Anderson lobs it inside for Hall. And the foul's called. It'll be Carly Wenzel.
I don't even think Megan Duffy wanted to dream of a 15-love start for this season. Really impressive for the Hokies to be ready to play, feeding off the crowd.
Yeah, one of those things you can't really script, right? A 15-0 start. Virginia Tech, in a lot of ways, picking up where they left off last year as far as how well they shot the basketball.
Mackenzie Nelson, first off the bench, coming in at the point guard spot. Redshirted last year as a freshman.
2023 Connecticut Gatorade Player of the Year. And the free throw's good for Hall. So UNCW is on the board. Some substitutions for the Seahawks. Hall is out. Kate Hollifield is out as well.
Jania Hall was a really good player a year ago. 6th player of the year in the CAA. Transferred within the league from Monmouth. Very talented point guard.
Not that time for the Hokies.
Good movement without the ball again by Lonnie White.
Here's Henderson off the screen, driving. And another offensive foul against Taylor Henderson. What'd you see that time, Mac?
Again, a switch right here. See, Michal keeps on moving her feet, and Henderson with that right arm trying to hold Michal off. Good officiating right there. Boy, I don't like saying that as a coach.
Good officiating. I'm gonna write that one down. We're gonna hold you to that one. There's Matilda Ekh off the screen. Lets it fly from the right elbow and knocks it down.
Now you've seen her shoot a 3, get to the rim, and pull the mid-range. That's what we were talking about in the open.
That's what Coach Duffy said she wanted to see out of many of these Virginia Tech players this season. Off the floor, here's Baker. And she puts it through off the glass and in.
Now 4 returnees have scored, and here comes Samaya Suffren, a 5th returnee.
Boy, she can run the floor, can't she?
She is a really big-time athlete.
Huge spark for Virginia Tech at times off the bench last season, especially when Georgia Amor went down, missed a couple of games. There's a 3 ball from the left wing. Called King, knocks it through. 18 starts last season for the Seahawks. Scored over 1,700 points in high school. Michal with her back to the basket. Nelson driving, tried to find White. There's White in the corner, lets it rip. Misses it short. In transition, UNCW. Dobson, bounce pass inside, and too much on it, was looking for Isis Fish. Let's take a look at this transition offense one more time for Virginia Tech, man.
Yeah, watch this. Get the heads up, outlet pass, and immediately look down the floor. Baker getting out ahead of the crowd. Coaches love to see that.
Defense to offense started with Michal. Baker able to finish it off. Mackenzie Nelson, the in-betweener. There's another takeaway for Tech. Ekh. Nelson running the floor. Gets it to Baker off the bobble, and she puts it in.
Offense out of defense. Megan Duffy emphasized that in our call with her the other day.
21-5 advantage for Virginia Tech with just south of 4 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Dobson, jumper, too short.
Dobson, just a freshman from Daytona Beach, Mainland High School.
Here's Suffren's first touch. Turns, fires. Nothing but net for Samaya Suffren.
You know, it's nice to have these newcomers, nice to have an influx of talent, but those people who've been there and done it already, it shows out here in the opening game.
Scored 9 points in the exhibition in 29 minutes. Dobson inside, great defense. Mackenzie Nelson again. Tech running the tempo. Nelson, Euro step, off the glass and in.
Worked on her game, sat out all last year, ready to go.
Dobson lobs it down into the block. Zelaya, and that one's good. We have not had a chance to talk about Ali Zelaya yet, the transfer out of North Carolina.
Yeah, an outstanding player. They were just loaded up at the center position. She's got really good skills. She'll be a big factor for the Seahawks in the CAA this year.
Oh, no doubt about it. Foul called against Virginia Tech on the screen. Some substitutions, and first time we see Cal Peterson hit the floor for the Hokies.
Yeah, Peterson really skilled, just a freshman.
Number 21, Maya Hazelton.
Good basketball IQ, can step out like a stretch 4.
Now Jania Hall back in at point guard for UNCW. Right-handed lay-in is good.
Yeah, you can see why she was the CAA 6th Player of the Year.
Ekh on the other side for 3. Too much on it. Suffren the offensive rebound. Suffren Euro step. Missed it. Put back, it's good. And Cal Peterson has her first points in 2024-2025. 14 points for Peterson, second in scoring for Tech in the exhibition. You know why she wears number 34, Matt?
I do not.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That makes sense. See, I'm old. I would have thought it was Charles Barkley.
You were on staff. You were on staff with Charles Barkley at Auburn, no?
Tania Hall got that last post up. I was, yes.
What a block for Peterson.
A bunch of great 34s. Bo Jackson.
True, at Auburn as well. Look at this.
This nice play by the freshman. Great hustle. Coach Duffy brings such energy and enthusiasm. You know she loved that play.
The Waupun, Wisconsin native.
And the Hokies force another turnover with the 5-second violation.
This Virginia Tech defense has been all over UNCW early. What is it? Is it just attention to detail at this point?
I think they have are doing what their coach wanted them to do, getting after it on the defensive end, communicating, great individual effort.
Lonnie White missed it. Suffering putback. Pardon me, that's Peterson. And Virginia Tech continues to add on 29-11.
Kale Peterson, she has guard skills, but big enough to play inside, play in the 4 right now.
Hall steps back, can't connect. Nelson. Peterson for 3. You bet!
Showing you everything. Showing you everything Kale Peterson is.
And
she's run the floor, blocked a shot, made a 3, gotten an offensive rebound.
How about that stretching the floor? It is 32-11 in favor of Virginia Tech. Nelson checking on Dobson. Tough defense. Trickles out of bounds. Who touched it last? And it's Virginia Tech basketball. Another turnover. 29 seconds remaining in this opening quarter here in Blacksburg, and the Megan Duffy era is off to a fantastic start if you're a Virginia Tech fan.
10 players have played already, or maybe 9 players.
Everybody touching the rock as well. Scoring has been spread throughout the box score. Peterson with 8 seconds. Inside, Lonnie White with 5. Off the glass, puts it through.
Everything coach has called for, they have done in this first quarter.
Megan Duffy's got to be happy with that start. Turnovers last season, 11.6 was 15th in the ACC. Quite a start for Megan Duffy and crew.
Yeah, you couldn't have scripted it any better.
UNCW starts with the basketball and an offensive foul right off the rip.
Yeah, Zelaya with the illegal screen right there. Couldn't get set, trying to open up Miller, a 3-point shooter on the right wing. And yet another turnover for the Seahawks.
We've seen 3 offensive fouls on the Seahawks so far tonight.
Yeah, it must be a point of emphasis.
And a traveling violation against Virginia Tech. So each team trading turnovers, if you will, to open the second quarter. Cal Peterson had 7 points in that first quarter for Virginia Tech. Knocked down a big 3-pointer to get this place ablazing. Dobson gives it out to the far corner. And Virginia Tech with another takeaway. Suffering settles it on the right wing. Peterson straight away. Here's Lonnie White. Back to Suffering, top of the key. Driving. Missed it short.
Suffering can get by about anybody. As probably one of the better players in the ACC at penetrating.
She's quick. There's Miller at the top of the key for the Seahawks. Off to Zelaya. Bounce pass back to Miller, and she finishes.
Nice basketball. Zelaya is really skilled. Not one of the great athletes running up and down the floor, but she can pass it, she can shoot it, great vision. Bounce pass inside for Peterson, fade away. Missed that one too strong.
Did that look a little bit somebody that, like somebody you might remember?
Little follow away. Yeah, there's some names that aren't out here, like Kitley, like King, like Amore, some legendary Hokie women's basketball players. Big shoes to fill right there for Cale Peterson, right?
Kitley's jersey will go up in the rafters here in Blacksburg in January as Baker puts it in off the inbound from Suffren. And how about Megan Duffy? I mean, that's some animation out of your head coach in her first game coaching up the defense.
And there's Zelaya on the other end. That time, Coach Duffy will not be happy with the defense. Zelaya with a pretty point-blank look right there. And like I said, she is going to be a beast in the CAA for the Seahawks.
Baker a little out of control. Here's Dobson running the floor. Lobs it up for Zelaya. Tried to feed it back inside and out of bounds. Last touched by Virginia Tech will stay down here.
Dobson at like I said, Daytona Beach Mainland High School. I think that's Vince Carter High School.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. Your repertoire of basketball knowledge continues to blow me away, man.
Oh, see, that's wrong just calling me old like that right on the air. At least you used the word repertoire.
How about Suffren diving on the floor?
Yeah, good job right there. Good hustle. That's what Coach Duffy is preaching, the enthusiasm, the effort.
We see our
hard-nosed. She uses that word a lot because that's how she was as a player.
No doubt. Successful at Marquette. Finished second in the Big East her first 2 seasons there up in Milwaukee. Finished tied for 3rd in the Big East last year. Earned a 10 seed in the NCAA tournament. Here's Fitch from the right elbow. Can't connect. Mishaw the rebound.
Nice take right there. Look at Mishaw, little point center action.
Back off to Suffren. Finds Wells on the left wing. And whistles off the ball.
Yeah, Fitch and Karis Baker got tied up there in the post area, the short post. Baseline out of bounds. Last time on the baseline out of bounds, Hokies executed perfectly, got a wide open look on the backside.
36-15, Virginia Tech in front, but I will say UNCW has slowed down Virginia Tech scoring a little bit here to start the second quarter.
I don't think you could go at that pace very long.
Very true.
34 points in the first quarter.
Samaya Suffren to inbound for Virginia Tech. See what they draw up off the inbound here. Got an easy bucket last time.
Screen the screener. Better job by UNCW defending at that time.
Mishaw, too strong. White the offensive board and a foul.
Yeah, Fitch again. White did a nice job of anticipating the shot and getting position. Fitch tried to root her out of there.
13 foul.
See Lonnie White getting that position. Nice job. Balls in the air. Good time to gain that position. And maintains possession for the Hokies.
Matilda Ekh checking back in Lonnie White's place. And you get number 11 in White back on the floor. Again, first in the ACC in three-point percentage a season ago. Here's Wells from the right wing. Down low, Mishaw. I mean, it's just so easy for her.
Yeah, 8 points already. You know, averaged nearly a double-double at Minnesota. Again, you know, there wasn't a lot of space in there when Liz Kitley is down below, and she never really quite adjusted offensively. More at her natural center position. She'll be able to weigh some size, but she's strong too and in great shape.
Isis Fitch with the and one, the transfer from Bradley. 58 starts over the last 2 seasons.
Coach Woods really liked her. Three of the 4 transfers won conference titles, and then 4 of the 5 freshmen, I think, won, or 3 of the 5 freshmen won state championships too.
Yeah.
And that's a really big deal to Coach Woods. Get players from winning programs.
You know what she said in the pregame match? She said the best way to turn players into winners is surround them by other winners.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what she's trying to build. Only won 5 games a year ago. They'll definitely exceed that this year. They have loaded up the roster with more good players.
Picked to finish 11th out of 14 in the CAA.
Finished last year.
And the list of transfers from UNCW, you got Fitch, Hall, Hollifield, Rogers, and the big one,
Yeah, Belmont.
Zelaya.
Belmont won a championship. Richmond won a championship. Bradley won a championship. Carolina certainly an outstanding program too. NCAA tournament team.
Here's Fitch again, going to work on Baker.
Good job, Karis Baker, walling up inside. Coaches like to say, build a wall, make him shoot over you.
Mishaw with a pump fake. Swings it off to Ekh, sets the screen. Ekh out to Baker for three. You got it.
I love that left-handed stroke. Vin Baker's daughter, NBA star.
Spent 15 seasons in the NBA, a four-time All-Star. Nelson, the defensive rebound. Tech running the floor. Bounce pass inside. Mishaw off the glass and through.
There you go. Mackenzie Nelson pushes it, head up, and finds Mishaw for the easy basket.
43-18, Virginia Tech. Fitch at the top of the key. Zelaya knocks it down, I believe, just inside the semicircle.
To do that, she had a couple big games at North Carolina, stepping out and shooting the basketball. She had her career high 12 against NC State with 4 threes.
Played her career high in minutes against Virginia Tech down in Chapel Hill. An overtime thriller. Knocked down 2 3-pointers, finished with 6 points. Here's Wenzel, just taking it to the 10 like a fullback.
Wenzel did a little probing right there.
Carly Wenzel now up to 4 points. Miller, Zelaya for three. Karis Baker the rebound, hands it off for Wenzel. Just under 5 minutes left to play in the first half. Ekh off the screen. Nelson in the corner, lobs it inside Mishaw. The turnaround, too strong. Hall soars into the air for the rebound. Hollifield pump fakes, baseline drive, reverse layup, and a foul's called against Mishaw.
Virginia Tech foul number 4, Rose Mishaw. It's her second personal foul.
Oh, Virginia Tech off to a hot start, and they've kept it going. Baker from the far corner, Mac.
Penetrate, get to the lane, find a wide open shooter from beyond the arc.
Welcome back inside Castle Coliseum, 45-21, Virginia Tech on top of UNCW. Giovanni Heater alongside the coach, Mac McCarthy. And, Coach, this Virginia Tech offense is humming, shooting 60% from the floor so far tonight.
Yeah, and they're doing it a lot of different ways. 12 points, second chance, 12 points off turnovers, 36 points in the paint, and they've shared the basketball, 11 assists on 21 field goals. That's really good.
At the free throw line for the Seahawks, Kate Hollifield, transfer from Belmont, and knocks the first one through. How do the Seahawks get things going a little bit here, Mac? They're struggling to shoot the basketball themselves.
Well, they've got to get stops. They have struggled on the offensive end, but Virginia Tech has a size advantage at a lot of spots. But they've got to do a good job of slowing Virginia Tech down, making them shoot over the top. So far, Virginia Tech's getting too many wide open looks.
There's Nelson, off to Peterson. Wenzel thought about the three, missed it short. Foul on the floor, goes against UNCW, and we'll stay right here.
A little box out foul right there.
They got McCall King. That's her first foul.
King came there as a walk-on. Great work ethic. Defends like crazy. Saw her knock down a big three.
And right on cue, it's not her, but a handful of Seahawks getting into the mix. That's Finley Lohan.
Yeah, freshman out of Charleston, GW High School. Just up by 77.
Kenzie Nelson engineering the offense for Virginia Tech. Peterson back to the basket. Lobs it off. Ekh on the run. Nothing but net.
What a nice play by Peterson. And the Hokies have scored a lot of baskets by moving without the basketball.
That was an emphasis as well for first-year head coach Megan Duffy. See what UNCW can get going on offense. Here's Zelaya. Finds Hall straight away. 10 seconds left to shoot. Crossover off the screen. Gets it back out. Zelaya for three. Can't connect it again. The Seahawks just struggling to get that lid off the rim.
Yeah, that's a good look, and they're not getting any second shots at all.
Baker for three. You bet. Karis Baker from downtown.
Yeah, good communication right there. Good chemistry.
Karis Baker now in double figures. She's got 12. 2 of 3 from beyond the arc for Virginia Tech. There's Hall off the screen. Slings it out for Lohan. King looking to attack, gets it back to Zelaya. Hand off for Hollifield. 6 seconds left to shoot. Dribbling on Wenzel, got her shot blocked. In transition, Mackenzie Nelson off for Peterson. Chest pass back to Nelson, and they'll reset. Wenzel knifing her way inside, puts it in.
Look at against the 6'4" Zelaya. Got the block shot on one end and the finish on the other.
Carly Wenzel looking like quite the slashing point guard maybe for Virginia Tech offensively this year. And a traveling violation goes against UNCW.
Yeah, and that was due to the defense by McKenzie. There's the kick out again. Make the defense shift. Baker wide open. And here's the penetration. Too quick.
Carly Wenzel takes it to the tin. She takes a much-deserved seat for a rest. Samaya Suffren back in the ball game for the Hokies.
Speaking of quick.
Absolutely. Such a spark off the bench for Tech. And another foul this time against the Hokies offensively.
Dobson back in at point guard for UNCW, replacing Hall.
There's Lohan. Bounce pass off to Fitch. Slings it left wing now back to Lohan. 15 to shoot for the Seahawks. Hollifield, 10 seconds left to shoot. Lobs it for Fitch. Back to Hollifield. Uncorks the three. Too strong.
Yeah, UNCW is just rushing a little bit on everything because Virginia Tech's defensive tenacity. Even when they get a good look, they rush it a little bit.
Virginia Tech so quick to close out, it feels like, so far tonight. Peterson on the right elbow. Off-ball movement for the Hokies. Suffren on the right wing. Comes off the screen. Driving. Left-handed lay-in. Too strong. Punch back out by Baker. Peterson able to recover. Slings it left wing for Ekh. One more to Suffren. 15 to shoot. Cross-court pass. One more to Peterson. Heaves the three. Knocks it down. What ball movement by Virginia Tech.
You said it, Gio. One more. One more always leads to a good shot. One more pass.
Unselfish for the Hokies. Peterson's now got 10, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. Looking for Fitch inside. She was the last one to touch it. Another turnover for UNCW. Now they're 11th. In Virginia Tech basketball with just under a minute left to play in the first half.
Yeah, on the previous offensive possession, Baker kept that ball alive. That's not a play she made a year ago.
Sure.
She's much more active. And some of that is just, literally strength and conditioning training.
Matilda Ekh on the left wing. Driving right side. Looking for White. It's taken away by Hollifield. Shot clock is dead here in Blacksburg. UNCW will likely look to take the last shot of the opening half. Dobson checked by Suffren with 7 seconds. Dribbles behind the back. Driving in the paint. Kicks it out. 3 ball for Miller. Too short. And Virginia Tech, what a first half. Extra doubleheader. The men's basketball team will tip off against Delaware State tonight at 8 p.m. And the second half is underway in Blacksburg. Zelaya dials it up. She can't connect. And Virginia Tech with the defensive rebound.
And that's a good look, but UNCW also has to find a way to get some second shots, get some offensive rebounds. They only had 4 in the first half. And, of course, they didn't shoot the ball very well. Only 8 for 27.
Ekh zings it out to the right elbow. Pump fake for Mishaw. Ekh for 3. Too strong. Ball loose. Scooped up by Hall. And a left wing 3 in the air. Too strong for Taylor Henderson. And here comes Virginia Tech.
Henderson got in foul trouble, and that was part of the problem for UNCW. A good job running the floor in transition by Lonnie White.
She's got her 6th point of the night. First game as a Virginia Tech Hokie. Hall can't find it. Here comes Virginia Tech in transition again. What a save by Wenzel. Bounce pass off to White. A lot of contact, no whistle. Henderson up the floor. Lays it up and in.
That might get her going. You mentioned she averaged almost 15 points a game last year. Preseason All-CAA.
Led UNCW in scoring as a freshman a season ago.
Ekh missed a couple wide open shots. Hokies 5 for 10 in that first half, but have missed the first couple threes here to start the second half.
Henderson. That one too strong. Again, they just can't find the bottom of the barrel. Wenzel driving. Whistle, and she'll head to the line.
Wenzel, you described her perfectly, calling her a slasher. She really is. And she can make the 3 and she can make the mid-range, but when she penetrates and gets all the way to the rim or gets to the free throw line or hits the high percentage shot or the and one, and she can also pass the ball. She's got good vision because she is a big point guard at 6 foot tall and long 6 foot tall.
An efficient 76% shooter from the stripe a season ago. Virginia Tech over the last 2 seasons shot just over 76% as a team, good for 37th in the country. Megan Duffy led Marquette teams. Well, they were just as good, a little bit better even, over 76%. They were 35th in the nation a year ago in shooting from the free throw line. UNCW looking to get something going offensively. Here's Hollifield to the tin. Nobody in the area.
That was really nice. A little Princeton action right there, and then a curl cut off of a screen away. Good cut by Hollifield. That's one of the few easy baskets that UNCW has been able to get.
Harley Wenzel looking to attack, feeds it. Baker back to the basket. And a foul called on Baker will head the other way. What'd you see here, Mac?
Right here, we're going to see a clear cut. We're going to see a curl cut coming from the other side. After we get the ball right here, you see this curl cut coming into the lane off of that screen down.
Great off-ball screen by McCall King, South Carolina native. Zelaya. Bounce pass to Hollifield. Back out Zelaya. Finds Hall, heaves the three, knocks it down.
Yeah, Jania Hall, you just know it's a matter of time till she gets going. Too good a player.
She's up to 9, scored 10 or more in 16 games last year at Monmouth. She was the CAA 6th Player of the Year. 58-30, Virginia Tech leads in Blacksburg. Third quarter action here in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech leads at 58-30, but UNCW, Mac, with a little bit of momentum here, 5 unanswered.
A couple easy baskets, a wide open layup on a curl cut, and then a penetrating kick to the corner for an open 3 from Jania Hall.
We sat down before the game today with Nicole Woods, the head coach of the Seahawks, and such a heartwarming story. And I want to allow you to step in here and tell it. But one of your former players, Cornelius Crank, was the one to first put the basketball in Coach Wood's hands, and there's a deep connection there.
Yeah, Cornelius Crank is one of my favorite all-time players at UT Chattanooga. He was from Gastonia. We mentioned the Gastonia connection, and I mentioned him and, you know, how much he meant to me. And she teared up immediately. I didn't know what was going on, but he worked at the Boys and Girls Club. He grew up in the Boys and Girls Club, came back from playing overseas in the Boys and Girls Club, and he literally put the ball in her hands. He was coaching the boys team. She was on the girls team. Said, no, she's going to play on my team. She's going to be really good. And he got her started in this world of basketball and means so much to her. And it was really an emotional moment for both of us.
Cornelius Crank passed away a hero, went back in during an apartment fire. And again, such a deep connection there with Nicole Woods and Cornelius Crank. Here's Suffren in transition, and Virginia Tech getting back out, running the ball.
Coming out of the timeout, 2 good inside baskets, one by Mishaw, and then Suffren in transition.
Whistles with a loose ball.
Virginia Tech foul.
Foul on the Hokies right there.
And you see Jania Hall hit the deck pretty hard there. So the Seahawks will hold on to it.
Only the 7th foul on Virginia Tech, which will be a big key. If they can avoid fouling, that really helps the defensive effort for sure.
They took care of the basketball, just 6 turnovers to UNCW's 12. Here's another forced turnover and a foul up the floor. Goes against Hollifield with a loose ball in Ekh.
Yeah, we talked about the fact that UNCW hasn't had many uncontested shots. They haven't had many uncontested passes, to be honest.
Cale Peterson back in the game for Virginia Tech. So is Mackenzie Nelson coming out of the timeout.
A couple of freshmen, one red shirt, one real.
Nelson hands it off for Suffren. Tipped into the air. What a defensive effort for Taylor Henderson. 2-on-1. Henderson to the 10. Foul and the bucket.
There you see that Henderson that we anticipated seeing early. She got in foul trouble right away. Didn't see her much in the first half, but we're seeing her here in the second half. The steal has the advantage, has the size advantage, plays through the contact. The redshirt sophomore out of Charlotte.
Karis Baker back in the game in place of Rose Mishaw for Virginia Tech. Henderson staring into the Castle guard here in Blacksburg. A 77% free throw shooter. First one's up. Knocks it through, her first free throw of the night.
Saw some of that elite athleticism.
Ekh transition 3. Suffering the offensive rebound.
There's a heck of a battle right there between Henderson and Suffren.
And the little one wins it.
Well, she sure did.
Peterson slings it off. Here's Nelson. Off a screen, Ekh, right elbow J, and it's pure.
Gosh, that's really a good play. Mid-range, back the defender off, wide open, and she's got a pure stroke.
Hall on the other side for UNCW. Hokies lead at 64-33. Matilda Ekh in double figures with 11. Another Hokie takeaway. Baker. Ekh, pump fake, driving, left elbow J, you bet. Give her 13.
Missed a couple threes to start the half. Shooters keep shooting, dribble it to the mid-range and knock it down. Mackenzie Nelson with the nice steal on the other end to set that opportunity up.
Defense to offense, that's been the story tonight, man. Zelaya off for Henderson. Attacking at Baker, steps back. What a tough bucket for Henderson.
Yeah, over a long arm, 6'2" Karis Baker. Nice shot by Henderson. She is showing her ability here in the second half to start.
She could be a problem in the CAA. Here's Baker off the feet from Nelson. Terrific ball movement again. The baseline drive and the dump.
Nelson with good point guard instincts right there. Drew the defense and found the wide open Baker in the middle of the lane.
Hall on Nelson, and she takes it to the 10.
Yeah, Hall's not real big, only 5'8", but she is strong.
She's in double figures now with 11 for the Seahawks. Suffren off the screen. Samaya Suffren pull-up jumper. Back rim and down.
Who said the mid-range is dead? Threes and layups, there's still another part to basketball. I love the mid-range.
I'd love to see the spray chart, the shot chart tonight for Virginia Tech, because you're right, Max. So much coming inside the semicircle in the mid-range for the Hokies. We're going the other way once again. Isis Fitch, the guilty party for UNCW, and the Hokies rolling tonight in Blacksburg. They lead it 70-37. True. And Virginia Tech on top of UNCW on the ACC Network Extra. Some shots of Blacksburg. Giovanni here alongside Mac McCarthy. Mac, you're an alum. I'm a soon-to-be alum. Doesn't get much prettier than this gorgeous campus.
Yeah, a lot of great places, a lot of great colleges across the country, but every time I see a scenic, show of Virginia Tech, I'm impressed.
I'm impressed by the leading scorers tonight for Virginia Tech. You already got 4 in double figures, and the Hokies were just 2 points away from a first-half program record earlier tonight.
Yeah, they've been solid everywhere. Great percentage. 54 points out of the 70 in the paint.
There's Carly Wenzel. No-look pass for Nelson. How about that?
There's that pass. We talked about that great vision. 6 feet tall with skills.
Doing it all on offense tonight is Carly Wenzel in this Virginia Tech attack. Fitch draws the foul.
Virginia Tech foul.
Let's take a look at this, Mac.
No look. Moving without the basketball. The lay-in for the redshirt freshman.
Carly Wenzel, 7 points tonight for Virginia Tech, has 4 assists to her name.
It's going to kind of be point guard by committee.
Yeah.
Carly Wenzel plays there. Suffering can play there. Certainly Mackie Nelson will be there.
And I think the thing, too, Mac, is they all offer something different, right? But how about her kind of a coming out party in the first round of the NCAA tournament? Scored a 12-piece against Marshall in the first round right in this building.
Yeah, and under the biggest light. She was good here and played really well after some Hokies got in foul trouble against Iowa in Charlotte. Of course, that rematch is coming up soon next week.
And there's the speed of Suffren showing off. Left-handed finger roll.
It's so valuable when you can get to wherever you want to go off the dribble.
There's Dobson, fades away. Too strong. Rebound Wenzel. And Tech in transition once again. Wenzel attacking. And one, Carly Wenzel. She's got 9. The free throw would put her in double figures. That'd be 5 Hokies with 10 or more.
And 1. I think she said it too. Or something to that effect.
Oh, and Tech has reached 75 points. You know what that means, man.
It's a bow time.
Oh, it's bow time. We got biscuits.
Sweet.
We got biscuits. The free throw's good. Wenzel's got 10. 5 Hokies in double figures so far tonight. And a big lead at 76-39.
I thought the cheer for that bucket was a little bigger than usual.
Here's Fitch. Can't connect. Suffren in transition. Bounce pass inside. Layup is there. Maya Hazelton, her first points.
Adding on. We could have had a record right there. Could have had the earliest biscuit number ever.
We'll have to
research.
Stat check it, yeah.
Carter Brown.
Carter Brown, sports information director for the Virginia Tech women's basketball team. Such a great resource to us and many others. And a travel call goes against Miller and the Seahawks. It's another turnover, Max. 16 tonight for UNCW.
Yeah, the SID's media relations folks, Tom Reardon at UNCW. He replaced the legendary Joe Browning down there in Wilmington.
That's right.
And Carter Brown does such a great job. Those folks really help us do our job.
They make it easy. Here's Fitch. She's able to get it through.
That was a great catch by Fitch in traffic and a good finish.
Off the feed from Ferrito. First time we've mentioned her tonight. Mary Ferrito.
Wisconsin transfer. Another Big Ten. Probably has had some interaction with Matilda Ekh and Rose Michaud. Wisconsin, Michigan State, Minnesota. In this new age college athletics.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Can you imagine back when you were coaching, like something like this? I mean, how do you handle it as a coach?
Yeah, it's difficult, especially if you're kind of a system coach. It's taken a little bit to put these people together as a functioning unit on both ends of the floor.
Henderson to the 10. Man, she's so good.
Yeah, we've really gotten to see her here in the second half. I'm sure Coach Woods wishes she had her for the entire game because she only played a couple minutes in that first half before getting in foul trouble.
She's got 9 so far tonight. Was looking for Lonnie White. Bounce pass out of bounds for Layla Wells.
Well, fans haven't gotten to see a lot of Layla. A little bit in the exhibition against Limestone, but she is a super athlete, track athlete, state champion.
100-meter hurdle state champion, to your point, Mac, in track and field. Quite an athlete. Henderson calling for the screen from Fitch. Dobson for 3, and she connects.
Dobson's usually the passer on those. This time she was the recipient of the penetration. Nice shot for the freshman.
7 seconds remaining in this third quarter here in Blacksburg. Here's Wells, 2 seconds to shoot. Wells at the buzzer, too strong. Another great quarter for Virginia Tech in the books. They're just 10 minutes away from Megan Duffy's first win here in Blacksburg. It's all Hokies inside Castle Coliseum.
Basketball coming up here, and the men take the floor later this evening. Like you mentioned, the doubleheader, and then they play at home again on Friday. Football with Clemson on Saturday, and the women in Charlotte against Iowa on Sunday. The men back here on Monday. It is going to be busy.
It's officially crossover season.
Yes.
The most chaotic time of the year.
Let's just do all those games.
Let's do it. Why not? I'd love to. The rare miscue for Virginia Tech offensively tonight gives UNCW the basketball back here. 79-46, Hokies in front. Mac, they're shooting at 63% from the floor tonight.
Yeah, they've stayed high and continue to get good shots, make the extra pass. A lot of assists on those field goals.
Henderson can't finish. Rebound Matilda Ekh. Tech continuing to run the floor. Ekh, no look pass to the corner for Wells, and it's taken away by Henderson. Rose Mishaw punches it into the air. Fitch is there to clean up the mess and lays it up and in for 2.
Yeah, Fitch running the floor was the beneficiary of a tip right there, but she'll take it.
Samaya Suffren looking to attack. Out to Wells for 3. Rattles home.
Wow. Everybody getting in on the action. The freshman from Chelsea, Michigan.
You got 5 scorers in double figures tonight for Virginia Tech. Now Layla Wells with her first points, give her 3. Under 9 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter.
I think the Hokies are going to be balanced scorers.
Ferrito. Draws the foul on Mishaw. Yeah, what do you see out of this team in 2024-2025? More spread. I mean, you had Amor and Kitley last year, and it was 1 and 2, and rightfully so, right? You're talking about 2 All-Americans and a 3-time ACC Player of the Year, but it's the dawn of a new era. Time to turn the page, the next chapter of Virginia Tech women's basketball, and there's a plentiful supply of young talent.
Yeah, a completely different team. You don't have the dominant center down low. Rose Mishaw is a good center, but undersized some nights, but she'll be quicker than a lot of people she plays against. Not a lot of depth in the post. That's a little bit of a concern. And, of course, you've got the rotating point guard situation. But like you mentioned, they all bring a little something different. They all have strengths at that position, whether it be Wendell's size or experience or Mackey's instincts or Suffren's explosion.
The speed is next level for Samaya Suffren. We got a whistle. Virginia Tech going to hang on to it.
First team foul on the quarter.
Got skills with Lonnie White and Matilda Ekh. And goodness gracious, we've seen a little bit of Cale Peterson's skill level too tonight.
Ekh zips it off for Suffren on the left wing. 10 seconds left to shoot. Bounce pass for Mishaw. She turns, puts it up, left-handed finish off the bank and through.
Very nice move. Set her up, going right, come back to the strong left hand, use that body.
Mishaw's got 14 tonight for Virginia Tech. Ties Karis Baker to lead all scorers. She's got another rebound as well. 4th rebound. Out to Ekh. 3-ball in the air. You bet! Matilda Ekh from the far corner. Her 2nd 3-ball of the night.
Transition, penetrate, and kick. Ball goes into the paint and out beyond the arc. The percentage improves every time.
Jumper falls short. Scooped up by Ekh. Here's Suffering. Scanning and engineering this offense.
There's the 4-round-1, open middle. Opportunity to drive and find somebody or get all the way to the rim. And Layla Wells did just that, couldn't finish.
Henderson attacking at Wells. Size mismatch, and it shows. Big take to the 10.
Anytime Henderson gets a smaller person on her, she's going to the rim with that right hand.
She's in double figures with 11 now. Her and Jania Hall, the only Seahawks in double figures tonight. They each have 11. Crossover by White. Nice block inside. That was Finley Lohan. Some substitutions for both teams now. Back on the floor is Cal Peterson for Virginia Tech. She's got 10.
Pretty good size out there for Virginia Tech. No real big player, but 4 over 6-foot players along with Suffering.
Henderson, hop and stop, bounce pass looking for Lohan. Stay on this end. Hall's got to go with 6 to shoot. Hall attacking. Zalia for 3. Too strong.
Nice job by Hall setting that up though. Penetrated, found the center stepping out.
Back off to Suffering. Now it's Wenzel in the far corner. Off the screen, Carly Wenzel driving right side. Draws the foul. Goes against Mary Ferrito. Ferrito has her 2nd personal. Carly Wenzel, another trip to the stripe, just showing off that slashing ability. Even when she can't finish, could be such a weapon in getting to the free throw line this year, Matt.
Yeah, and she, like you mentioned, she's been a good free throw shooter, nearly 77% a year ago.
San Antonio, Texas native. First one's good. Former 4-star recruit for Virginia Tech, ranked 94th nationally, according to ESPN in the 2022 class.
Brother playing at TCU.
Can't get the 2nd one to fall. Here comes UNCW. Jania Hall. Bounce pass off to Zelaya. Tried to get it back inside to Hall. And took a tough one from Samaya Suffering. Good sportsmanship.
A couple of point guards posted up each other. I like that.
We've seen it all tonight, Mac.
We've seen some awfully good basketball by Virginia Tech. There was a chance that they could come out here and be nervous, and everybody, even the returnees, are all in new roles. That doesn't necessarily always go smoothly, but it's gone awfully well for Virginia Tech. And now another turnover by UNCW on an illegal screen.
That's now the 17th turnover for the Seahawks. Some things to clean up for Nicole Woods and company in her 2nd season, but she really does believe, Mac, that they have an opportunity to make some noise in the CAA. Feels they're a lot better than that 11th place pick preseason.
Yeah, Coach Woods is really high on this team and realizes where they're coming from and how long they've got to go. But speaking of where to go, Carly Wenzel knew where to go with that.
No doubt about that. Knocks down her first 3-pointer of the night, continuing to show how she can spread the floor. Zelaya sets the screen for Hall. Right elbow jumper. It's a career high for Carly Wenzel with 14 points. Right wing 3. Peterson can't connect.
That's still a good possession. Wide open 3 for a very skilled freshman.
She's shown tonight that she can knock those down with the best of them. Zelaya on Misha, turns, hook shot, and it falls through.
Yeah, Zelaya's got to do, even more of that. She's going to have a size advantage a lot of nights, especially in the CAA.
Just under 5 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter here in Blacksburg. Opener of the 2024-2025 season for both of these teams. Peterson overhead pass inside. Off the knee of Nelson. UNCW now running the floor. Dribble drive off the side of the backboard. Here's Carly Wenzel again. Down low for Peterson. Puts it in with the left.
I mean, that's just really fundamentally sound. Took your time. Post players who take their time and are the second player off the floor, get that other player up in the air. You can go wherever you want. You're going to have a high percentage look. Beautiful play by Kale Peterson.
Peterson with 12. Carly Wenzel now with 5 assists. It's all Hokies here in Blacksburg, 93-54. Final minutes here inside Castle Coliseum. Virginia Tech up big on UNCW. And how about this schedule for the Hokies early in the non-conference? You got UNCW today. Then you go to the Allied tip-off down in Charlotte, a rematch against Iowa.
Yeah, a different Iowa team, obviously, without Caitlin Clark, and a new coach, Jan Jensen, longtime assistant, now the head coach for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
And then they return back home inside Castle Coliseum against UNC Asheville. You and I will be on the call once again.
Looking forward to that with the Bulldogs.
Looking forward to that next Wednesday. Free ball in the air for Henderson, who edged off the left side of the rim. Here comes Nelson and Virginia Tech. Wenzel baseline drive, reverse lay-in, too strong. Henderson across midcourt for the Seahawks. Her and Hall are the only scorers in double figures tonight. Zelaya gets it taken away by Nelson. 2-on-2 up the floor. Peterson off to Ekh on the left wing. Kickball violation off the left foot of Ali Zelaya.
Zelaya made a beautiful up and under move on the other end, and there was Mackie Nelson to knock it away. She's had a couple good steals, showing her good hands down low, taking the ball out of there.
She's got 9 points tonight, one shy of double figures, 4 of 8 from the floor, 4 assists, and a block as well. 15 to shoot for Virginia Tech. Ekh inside, draws the foul.
Yeah, I think that's something that Matilda Ekh will do more of. We haven't seen a lot of it with the post up right there.
Now, where do you go from here if you're UNCW? Because you have 2 Power 4 opponents this season, and the second one is coming up on the road at North Carolina.
Now, you know, when you're the coach in that situation, you've just got to learn from these experiences, and it'll help you expose all your weaknesses, and you'll know exactly what you have to work on to be ready for CAA play.
Going to need big performances out of players like that. Taylor Henderson, she's got 13. Foul again inside, goes against Henderson, and Ekh draws it.
Ekh moving without the basketball right there, a little backdoor cut, an awfully long entry pass right there, so UNCW was able to get a hand on it, but Ekh goes to the free throw line where she is really good, 88% a year ago.
Leading scoring returner for Virginia Tech this season, and the first one is true for Matilda Ekh. She now leads all Hokies, 17 points. Looking to make it 18. Nothing but nylon.
We'll be saying that quite a few times this year.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That she leads the Hokies in scoring.
Well, this now exceeds Virginia Tech's point total in a season opener last year against High Point here in Castle Coliseum. Hokies with 95 tonight so far. The record is 105 in 2019 right here in this building to open the season.
Well, we've already got the biscuit. Maybe we pick up a Bowberry along the way too. You know, if you bust 100.
There we go. Wenzel lobs it inside for Baker. Jumper short. Here's Henderson. Under 2 minutes to play in Blacksburg. And an offensive foul against Taylor Henderson. Really laid the shoulder in.
Nice job, Matilda Ekh. And look at the bench celebrate Matilda Ekh taking the charge.
I think that's the biggest thing tonight, right, Mac? They've done it in dominant fashion, but they're having fun doing it, which is half the battle sometimes, especially with the pressure of, okay, ACC regular season champs last year, ACC tournament champs, Final Four appearance, 1 seed the year before. Like, just got to go out and play basketball. Nelson's doing just that.
Yeah, they are all doing that, and 97 points is always fun.
You sound like you speak from a lot of experience there.
I needed more experience. I wouldn't be over here beside you.
Fair enough. Zelaya can't finish. Here's Nelson in transition. Peterson sets the screen for Ekh. Wenzel behind the back dribble. And a nice takeaway.
1 minute remaining.
Wilson gets it right back. Numbers for the Hokies. They'll settle it down.
We talked about Nelson's hands.
Under a minute left to play. Wenzel on the right wing. And a foul off the ball against Karis Baker.
Virginia Tech foul number 10.
It's kind of hard to draw a foul sometimes when a player is going away from the basket, but that actually happened right there.
Checking in also for your Hokies, number 0, Lonnie White.
44 seconds on the clock here in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech on the cusp of a 1-0 start in year 1 under Megan Duffy. And a great showing at that.
Yeah, this is not just a win. This is a dominant win and checked a lot of boxes that Megan Duffy wanted to see against outside competition.
Zelaya for 3. Too strong. Just could not get that one to fall tonight. But that 3-point shot is definitely going to improve and help this team throughout the season.
And now we have the conundrum right here of, do we try to score 100 or not?
Sure.
The fans certainly want it.
One shot away from it.
Seahawks foul number 0.
Megan Duffy,
That's their second personal foul.
hired here at Virginia Tech in April, has built this team, brought in a transfer in Lonnie White, kept a lot of the crew in town to stay home here in Blacksburg. The first free throw's good for Maya Hazelton. And now off to a 1-0 start in her opening year. Now a long way to go, but you got to feel good about this one.
Yeah, you got to do this, and came out here and played without any butterflies, no nerves. They got after it from the beginning and did it with great effort, and like you mentioned, great enthusiasm.
Got off to a hot 7-0 start, never looked back all night long offensively. They got 99 and are stuck there right now. Dobson to the line, foul against Nelson. 99 though, lucky number.
Virginia Tech foul number 0.
99.
White. Their second personal
If you're a NASCAR fan, Virginian with one of the Burton brothers with 99.
Sure.
There you go.
Sure.
And Jeffrey, not to be confused with Ward or the nephew Jeb.
Sure.
All of them big Hokie fans from South Boston, Virginia.
The Hokie ties are deeper than one may imagine as Dobson misses the first free throw.
You probably didn't grow up with a lot of NASCAR.
Not a lot of NASCAR being from the Northeast. A lot of lacrosse. A lot of lacrosse. 6 seconds left here in Blacksburg. And Virginia Tech runs out the clock. The Hokies are 1-0 in the Megan Duffy era.